Okay, so today we have my 2015 Subaru WRX. On my way to work the other morning, I heard a loud bang and lost oil pressure. Check engine light. There's oil all over the engine bay. So I'm gonna start tearing the motor out and figure out exactly what's going on with it. First thing to do is disconnect the battery, drain all the coolant out, pull the radiator, disconnect all the wiring, intercooler off. I'll let you know when I get a little bit further. Okay, well, I'm getting it down, intercooler's out, got some wiring out of the way, battery's disconnected. Trying to figure out exactly what happened here, and you could see all the oil everywhere back here. Probably pretty dark, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But right in here, at the bottom next to this bolt right here, that's a chunk of the aluminum motor. So I'm thinking a rod went through the block. We'll see when I get it down a little bit further. Might have to pull the motor before I actually pull the intake manifold off it. And we'll see what actually happened to it. Bring you back when I get further. Okay, so I pulled the intake manifold off. I didn't have to pull the motor, but I just wanted to see exactly what's going on. And now you could see the big hole in the block right there. There was a little gremlin trying to get out, and I guess he escaped. If you look right here, here's a chunk of the block right there. Here's another chunk of the block right here. Got quite a good sized hole in it. I don't know what happened because it seemed to be doing fine. The only thing I noticed was maybe a loss of boost, I thought it was at first. But sure enough, I'm thinking it wasn't a loss of boost. Look at that. Split it pretty much clean in half. Wonder what the other side looks like over here. Yep. Oh yeah. Got it pretty good. Here's some of the chunks. Right there. Right there. Here's another one. I'm sure there's plenty more chunks in here that I'm just not seeing right now. But yeah. Safe to say this motor is trash, so I'm not going to worry about putting anything in the intake holes or anything like that because it's not usable. Maybe the heads are still good as long as the valves didn't get bent or the timing didn't jump or anything like that. But as you can see, it's getting pretty dark outside. I already put in a 12-hour day at work and I'm gonna go to bed, finish it up tomorrow or something. I'll bring you back when I continue working on it. Poor Subaru. It only has 125,000 miles on it too, by the way. I'm the original owner. Okay, so after another long day at work, I'm back at it, trying to finish up so I can pull this thing. Got the radiator out. I got the ECU unbolted, this wiring harness unplugged right here. Got the rest folded over. I got some of the bell housing bolts out for the transmission back there. A few of the top ones. So, I mean, pretty much all that's left is to unbolt the AC compressor, fold it off to the side, unbolt the rest of the tranny bolts. This harness stays with the transmission. This one goes with the motor right here. This one stays with the motor. This stuff stays with the transmission. Got this one wishbone mount, I believe is what they call it. Goes to the top of the tranny to the firewall right there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else is disconnected. Oh, I have the heater core hoses right there that I gotta disconnect still. Then she'll be ready to pull out. Should be pretty simple. I've done it once before when I replaced the clutch at 60,000 miles. So I'll bring you back when I get further. Okay, so I got the AC compressor unbolted, so I'm gonna try to prevent having to recharge the AC system. I got those two heater core hoses disconnected. I got the slave cylinder for the clutch unbolted and shoved up out of the way. I got a few more bell housing bolts to get out. That wishbone mount, the exhaust, and the two motor mount bolts on the bottom. And move all this stuff to the side and should be ready to pull out. We'll see how it goes. Let's see just how much oil and coolant went everywhere when the block decided to put a hole in itself. Let you know when I get further. Okay, now it's the fun part. Pretty much got everything done up top. I just got the exhaust unbolted. I gotta finish taking off this plastic piece, and I gotta crawl back there in that pile of oil from the motor and get the rest of the transmission bolts out, and then hook up the chain and to the engine hoist and finish pulling it out. I'll get back to you and show you how I'm gonna pull it. Okay, I got everything else done. As far for actually pulling the motor, this is pretty much what I did in the past. Little Harbor Freight cheapo engine hoist and nice thin chain. You go straight to the hook point that's actually bolted to the block right there. And there was one, this one right here, that actually bolts where the AC compressor comes off of right there. But since I'm not trying to recharge the AC, I just put it in the front two bolts. I put two bolts through the chain, nice and tight. Should be just fine. Well, finally out. Now you can see the mess everywhere, all the oil, bullshit. But yeah, the motor's out. Sitting here on the motor hoist. There's the stage 3 clutch that I put in it about 40,000 miles ago, and now it's probably ruined from all the oil and coolant that got all over it when it decided to put a hole in the block. Let's see if I could show you a little bit better now that it's out. There it is. See the crank? That's the hole right there. You can see the whole entire inside of the motor. Goes clear back here behind that cover and that harness. Can't really see it, but there you go. A little bit of it. You can see it. Yeah. But anyways, now the motor's out. I gotta go get it all cleaned up, figure out what I'm gonna need off of it. And then, yeah. I mean, all the accessories and everything is still good. The alternator's still good. The idler pulley's still good. Tensioner pulley's still good. Power steering pump's still good. I mean, there's still a lot of good parts on this engine, so I probably won't end up throwing it away. I'll probably end up keeping it, taking all the good parts off it, just in case. You never know, it could save you money down the road. That looks pretty bad, huh? Look at all that sludge in there. That's not good. Huh. Alright. Well, once I get it pressure washed and get the new motor and start putting it together, I'll bring you guys back. Thanks for watching.